So, with the WNBA expansion draft happening soonish, we are going to be talking about who the Indiana Fever will protect, which 6 players they're going to protect. Just now, Indiana Fever fired these WNBA players from Fever roster. Chaos is brewing in the WNBA and the Indiana Fever just dropped a bombshell. Some players are packing their bags, while others have become the untouchable cornerstones of the franchise. So, the Indiana Fever and Melissa Smith has been something that has just been a one-woman tirade against not even an organization, just against a coach from day one. At the center of this storm is Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom of rewriting history. Before even stepping onto a professional court, her scoring prowess, court vision, and unstoppable charisma are transforming the Fever into a powerhouse. And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. But not everyone is cheering her eyes. Angel Reese and Aya Wilson have emerged as vocal critics, casting shadows on Clark's meteoric ascent. Caitlin Clark just came into play basketball. All of a sudden, the black women of the WNBA decided to knock her on her ass from behind. All of a sudden, the black women, Angel Reese and her teammates, decided to cheer for them. All of a sudden, other black women decided, like Aya Wilson, to be idiots when talking about her. Jealous when they're talking about her. Caitlin Clark and her fans didn't start anything. While they try to dim her light, Clark continues to shine brighter, showing why she's the future of not just the Fever, but the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is just such a class act. She was incredible, breaking all types of records, and that's something she was certainly proud of. We saw lots of smiles on the court. Caitlin is the face right now, and that's also good. She's selling out gyms, of course. Why would you hate against that? Yet, amidst this clash, the Fever have tough decisions to make. Veterans and young stars alike are on the chopping block, and it's not just a battle for roster spots. It's a fight for the team's identity. Who stays, who goes, and what does this mean for the Fever's championship dreams? Stick around, because this is the inside story you can't miss. If they somehow did not protect Caitlin Clark and let her go to Golden State, it would be the dumbest thing in the history of basketball. Caitlin Clark is not just a basketball player. She's a phenomenon. Her arrival has shaken the WNBA to its core, and the Indiana Fever are staking their entire future on her. The WNBA tried to capitalize on her popularity and crammed a lot of games in over a short amount of time, playing against the best teams in the WNBA. This rookie hasn't even played a professional game yet, but her presence has already made the Fever the most talked about team in the league. Why? Because she's not just rewriting the record books. She's rewriting what it means to be a basketball superstar. Clark's college numbers are jaw-dropping, scoring titles, triple-doubles, and highlights that go viral within seconds. Fans don't just watch her games, they live for them. Her court vision is unreal, she has a sixth sense for where every player is at every moment. And her scoring? She's a walking bucket, pulling up from distances that make defenders shake their heads in disbelief. But Clark's impact goes beyond the stats. She's a cultural icon in the making. Her jersey sales are already through the roof, and she's packing arenas even during warm-ups. The Fever aren't just protecting a player, they're protecting the very identity of their team. Losing her would be the biggest disaster in WNBA history. But Angel Reese and Aya Wilson have taken issue with her. Reese, riding on her LSU fame, has been vocal about her disdain for Clark's style of play. And Wilson, she might be an MVP, but her remarks about Clark being overhyped scream one thing: jealousy. But the fans see through it. They know Caitlin Clark is the real deal. Reese and Wilson may try to tear her down, but their criticisms only fuel her determination to dominate. Clark's partnership with Aaliyah Boston is already becoming legendary, with the duo forming one of the deadliest pick-and-roll combos in the league. Boston even admits she trusts Clark's decisions on the court more than anyone else's. Together, they are poised to carry the Fever into a new era of greatness. For now, Clark stands untouchable, unshaken by the noise, undeterred by the haters, and ready to prove that she's not just the future of Indiana Fever, but the WNBA as a whole. But Caitlin Clark isn't the Fever's only concern. While she's a guaranteed lock for protection, others on the roster are hanging by a thread. The Fever must decide who gets to stand alongside this rising superstar and who gets cut loose. In this cutthroat environment, loyalty takes a backseat to results. With Caitlin Clark secured as the centerpiece of their future, the Indiana Fever now face the toughest choices in franchise history. Building a team around Clark requires more than star power. It demands precision, sacrifice, and yes, some brutal calls. As much as Clark's rise is set to carry the Fever to new heights, who surrounds her could be the difference between a championship dynasty and wasted potential. The Fever must protect 6. If you find the video informative, then subscribe to the channel. Players in the upcoming expansion draft. That's it. Every unprotected name becomes a target for the new Golden State Valkyries and Portland Pilots. And while some choices are easy, others come with heart-wrenching consequences. At the heart of this dilemma is Kelsey Mitchell, the team's fearless scorer and emotional leader. Mitchell has been with the Fever through thick and thin, leading them with her electrifying offense. She can light up the scoreboard with ease, dropping 20 points on any given night. But here's the catch. Her contract situation is a time bomb. Mitchell is an unrestricted free agent, and the Fever have a choice. Use the WNBA's core designation to keep her or risk losing her to another team. Coring her would lock Mitchell in, but at a steep cost. It eats up a significant chunk of the salary cap, limiting the Fever's flexibility to sign other players. On the flip side, not coring her opens the door for teams like the Valkyries to snatch her away for nothing. Imagine Caitlin Clark dominating on the court, but without Mitchell to help shoulder the offensive load. It's a gamble the Fever can't afford to lose. But even as they navigate the Mitchell conundrum, another player is forcing the Fever to reconsider their strategy. Lexi Hull. Just a season ago, Hull was a question mark, struggling with her shooting and finding her place in the lineup. Fast forward to now, and she's transformed into one of the league's most dangerous three-point shooters, hitting over 50% from beyond the arc in the last 16 games of the season. Her newfound consistency is impossible to ignore. Hull isn't just a sharpshooter, she's proof that hard work pays off. She's young, improving rapidly, and already showing signs of being a key piece in the Fever's long-term plans. Protecting her means betting on her potential, but it also means taking a spot away from more established players. Then there's Nalissa Smith, another rising star whose athleticism and raw talent make her a hot commodity. Smith has the potential to be a game changer, but her consistency has been a lingering issue. Even so, her value on the open high, and losing her would be a catastrophic blow to the Fever's rebuilding process. If the Fever ever consider a major trade, Smith would undoubtedly be a centerpiece, making her unprotected status highly unlikely. And finally, the Fever must weigh the value of veteran leadership. Players like Erica Wheeler and Tiffany Mitchell have been loyal contributors, but in a league that's getting faster and younger, do they still fit the team's vision? Leaving them unprotected could allow expansion teams to scoop up their experience, but it would also free up spots for younger players with greater long-term potential. These decisions are not just about talent. They're about identity. Who will be the players that define the Caitlin Clark era of Fever basketball? The choices the Fever make now will ripple through the franchise for years, shaping whether they rise to dominate the league or falter in the face of missed opportunities. Every choice carries risk, and every risk could either solidify the Fever's future or haunt them for a generation. One thing is certain, the pressure is on and there's no room for error. The Fever's front office is walking a tightrope, with the weight of their team's destiny hanging in the balance. As the Indiana Fever brace for the expansion draft, the weight of their decisions is compounded by the strategic challenges that loom over their roster. The question isn't just who to protect, but how to navigate the precarious balancing act between securing rising stars, keeping veteran leadership, and managing with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston as the unquestioned foundation. Every other piece must fit perfectly to create a championship caliber puzzle. One of the biggest hurdles is the coring dilemma with Kelsey Mitchell. Coring her would ensure that the Fever retain their star scorer, but it comes at a steep price. The WNBA salary cap is unforgiving, and locking up Mitchell means less financial flexibility to invest in other key players. For example, if Mitchell is cored, it could make it harder to offer competitive contracts to young talents like Lexi Hull or Nalissa Smith in the future. But the alternative, letting Mitchell test free agency, is even riskier. Imagine Mitchell suiting up for a rival like the Golden State Valkyries, whose deep-pocketed management is rumored to be eyeing top free agents. Losing Mitchell would leave the Fever vulnerable, forcing Caitlin Clark to shoulder even more of the offensive burden. The Fever can't afford to lose their season leader at a time when their young core is still finding its footing. Here's the reality. Tommy's right. It's not just race though. It's also sexuality. Caitlin Clark is a white heterosexual woman in a black lesbian league, and they resent and are jealous of all of the attention and the shoe deal. And while Mitchell's situation is critical, Lexi Hull's emergence presents a new layer of complexity. Hull's transformation from an inconsistent player to a deadly three-point shooter has forced the Fever to reconsider their priorities. Over the last 16 games of the season, Hull's 50% accuracy from beyond the arc ranked her among the league's elite. With Clark drawing defenders and creating space, Hull's shooting could be the perfect complement to the team's offensive strategy. However, betting on Hull means leaving less room for veterans like Erica Wheeler and Tiffany Mitchell. Wheeler, known for her playmaking and leadership, has been instrumental in mentoring younger players, but her scoring has declined. Tiffany Mitchell, a dependable role player, may also be expendable as the team shifts its focus to younger, more versatile players. Then there's Nalissa Smith, whose raw athleticism and versatility make her a must-protect player. Smith's ability to create her own shot and subscribe to the channel to get further news. Thank you.